Australia, the state of South Australia and South Australia's capital city, Adelaide. Adelaide is a city set between bushland hills and sparkling blue water. In Adelaide we have a superb climate and a wonderful lifestyle. It's a city of 1 million people, and like every other city in the world of its size or bigger, Adelaide needs an efficient passenger transport system. Also, like almost every other city in the world of its size or bigger, Adelaide is more than 150 years old, designed and built in the horse and buggy days, and for 1/10 today's population. Wonderful for its day, but in this day and age, as we know only too well, old city designs are becoming unworkable, unable to cope with increased populations and increased passenger movement. And yet, in the last 50 years, there's been only one new invention which makes the business of moving people around a city easier, faster and more efficient. And this is it. The Adelaide O-Bahn. The Adelaide O-Bahn, an important part of the city's integrated passenger transport system, linking with trams, with trains and with other buses, even with this tourist attraction. And what's vitally important, compared with equivalent rail systems, the Adelaide O-Bahn has proved to be cheaper, almost 50% cheaper, to operate. It gives a faster service, and it's infinitely more flexible than equivalent rail systems. What's more, the Adelaide O-Bahn has the ability to transport 18,000 people per hour in each direction. In Adelaide, an example of the concept is this. A bus travels around the city, picking up passengers. Just out of the city, it enters a special busway, a guided track. And in Adelaide, with 12 kilometres of track, it's not only the longest commuter bus system in the world, it's also the fastest, with buses travelling at speeds up to 100 kilometres an hour. And yet, it's probably also the safest. Here's how it works. Precast concrete sleepers are laid down, and on the sleepers is laid precast concrete track, which looks like this. The corridor is much narrower than rail. In fact, it only needs to be 100 millimetres wider than the bus itself. You can imagine the savings in making tunnels or bridges or earthworks, or where corridor space is limited. The savings would be considerable. There are places at each end of the track where the drivers can enter and exit. And along the track there are what we call interchanges, bus stops with large car parks, so people can drive to their nearest interchange, park all day and catch the O-Bahn into the city, which cuts down their travel time, it reduces city traffic by hundreds of cars a day, passengers can save on expensive city car parking, and they alight from the bus close to their work. And as you can see, it's an amazingly flexible system. So the finished busway looks like this. The buses are fitted with guide wheels, side rollers like these. The drivers drive onto the busway so the rollers fit neatly, and then away they go. The driver lets the wheels guide the bus, so he or she can focus entirely on what's ahead, making the chance of an accident almost impossible. And if there's something wrong up ahead, the lighter buses and the efficient air brakes can stop the bus quickly, smoothly and in a straight line. In fact, from 100 kilometres an hour to a complete stop